I had no intention of doing a skit from the shed this morning. Kind of ties in with why you're here with me in my kind of temporary edit suite, which has been my temporary edit suite for the last 2.5 years. I'm actually kind of packing up to move out of here to set something new up in Edinburgh, which is why I have some, I hope, fairly interesting questions for you later in this film. This is actually my dining room, which I've been using to edit these YouTubes on for the last 2.5 years. So we had some interesting questions at a recent meeting at Spitfire about our YouTube output, about stuff that wasn't marketing and selling products and all of that kind of stuff. And came to the agreement that somehow our different channels were kind of treading on each other's toes, this, that and the other. So in order to kind of take you through where we've arrived at, I just want to give you a brief history of these different channels. So initially, YouTube for Spitfire was where it was just a hosting service for some tutorial videos. I mean, this is before we even started trying to market via YouTube. And if I was going to be candid and frank, I was aware that Paul started becoming a little bit famous within our little niche world of, you know, if you met someone and said you were Spitfire Audio, they go, "Oh, hi, my name is Paul from Spitfire Audio." And I got a bit, well, yeah, jealous, but also intrigued. So I started trying to play with the Spitfire YouTube channel as well. And that's where these kind of quick tips and the cribs ideas came from, as a means of me getting into the limelight, maybe, but also just having a play with this platform that I found really fascinating. So we developed these little bits that we were doing, you know, the quick tips and the ones to watch and the, you know, what do you do, all of that kind of stuff. And then Will, our now CEO, came on board as our chief marketing guy. And, you know, he said to us, well, your sample libraries are, you know, way up here. Do you think all of your materials kind of match that quality? So we really set about improving the production values of our cribs, and you know, he really pushed myself, certainly with the shed, to get a kind of consistency, this, that and the other, which has been fantastic. And it was Will who encouraged me to do my channel. I guess that's when we take the story on. I think what we got to, you know, we created these journals and these notebooks, and it was all scheduled and deadlined, and the production values were amazing and everything was scrutinized. But what happened with me was I felt that I wasn't able to kind of be spontaneous. I don't know if, say, Katy Perry had a lawsuit back in the day. I couldn't have just fired a video into Spitfire, or indeed just do a quick, you know, fart out a quick tip because someone had done something that was number one and all that kind of stuff. So I basically set up this channel at the recommendation of Will, and this has been just such an immensely amazing experience. And I was watching Peter McKinnon recently, and he said to anyone who's setting up a YouTube channel, just upload 3-4 videos and then the rest will take care of itself. And so that's come to pass, that I started uploading videos not really knowing what I was doing, and immediately, because I'm a raging codependent, looking at the comments, thought, okay, well, I'll follow that advice, I'll follow that, oh, that's a great suggestion, oh, that's a good question. But you may have noticed that the journal has, we've not done a journal for a while, or a labs notebook for a while, and that's because, as I mentioned earlier, we felt that the channels were kind of treading on each other's feet and not really achieving what we had hoped. So we thought we'd lay out a better kind of manifesto for the channel. So Paul and I are basically going to take back the weird ideas we came up with for the journal. So you'll start seeing more cribs from me, and I hope from Paul when he has an opportunity to set up some cameras. I don't know. My favourite cribs of all time is the one I did with Daniel Pemberton, linked below, which Homai filmed, and there's a really good one that Stanley filmed with John Powell. I want to get back to that slightly more guerrilla element, but with us having learnt so much about how to use these cameras and how to do proper sound. Mind you, excuse the sound on this one, because the acoustic in this room is the worst in Christendom. So basically what we're doing is Paul and I are taking back our original guerrilla idea, and the Spitfire YouTube channel is going to be much more about those deep dives, how to program strings effectively, our experience and also our intimate knowledge with sample libraries, because we make them, about how to get the best out of them, how to orchestrate, how to create orchestral music in the modern age. And then there's going to be a new element replacing the journal, which I can't talk about, but Lauren, our editor maestro-in-chief, has been working on this for well over a year now, and it's going to be brilliant. It's all branded up, it's all ready, and it's really exciting. But this is also where you may be able to help us, because I've never actually asked. I read the comments and I get a sense of what you like, but what do you actually like? Not just on my channel, but the Spitfire channel. And if you haven't checked out the Spitfire channel, I'll link below a journal archive, because it's just, minefield is the wrong, it's like a smorgs cave. So please, if you have time, take part in the poll above. If this video is embedded, hit the little I and there'll be a poll there. But more importantly, with your detailed comments, no matter how niche they are, down below, we'll be sure to really trawl through these to really deliver to you what we love delivering, which is sharing knowledge, introducing new people, promoting new people, celebrating people who have decorated all of that kind of stuff. And as for this edit suite, well, I found a little place in Edinburgh. A lot of you have been concerned about the amount of travelling I've been doing of late, and I am too. It's not very healthy, it's not great for the environment, and I'm in this for the long haul with Spitfire. I'm not going anywhere. So I've begged the board to set me up a hub here in Edinburgh, not only for people to work here with me, but also for people from London to come up to and spend a bit of time up in the fantastic environment that is Edinburgh. So baby steps. I've basically bought a desk for a month in this fantastic place in Old Town, and then there's going to be a second desk available, and I'm going to want someone to come and help me make better YouTube in all respects, from the camera work to the editing to the lighting, the lamp. So if you have any friends who are kind of interested in music and YouTube and you think could bear a bit of time in Edinburgh, tell them to keep an eye on this channel, and I may be throwing my arms out to you soon. But most importantly, just would love your feedback on what you'd like to see more of, less of, and at what kind of length: long, short, massive. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. As I say, it's a big week for us, so I'm going to vlog daily. I've got something that isn't so blatantly about Spitfire. It'll encourage you to buy modular synths from a different manufacturer tomorrow. But anyway, until then, see you later. Subscribe, ding that bell if you haven't done so far, and one of those, always appreciated. See you tomorrow.